You have 68 wins. You cannot 69 Mina.
I am that reminder that no matter how far you get in life, there's going to be someone like me, born with much more than you do, who can cash in and take it all away at any moment.
Now, you know what? Now, I don't know who you've been talking to, but it's obvious that you hadn't talked to me. I pull rank around here, and everybody better remember that.
Ooh, follow the white rabbit.
The mask has been removed, but I tell you what, he's still the same pro wrestler, whether he's wearing a mask or not.
You can call this the new world order of wrestling, brother.
Whoa!
We got a mom in the front row who taught her daughter how to suck dick.
None of you can handle Tekla. None of you can handle the Sisters of Sin. And none of you silly bitches can handle the Triangle of Madness.
Oakley has Trey. Look at the speed, the rotation, the impact.
Get it? Got it.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome once again to the weekly moderated insanity known as the Shenanigans. It is I, the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams, joined by my ever-loyal counterpart, Nick.
Oh, shit.
And it may be a dynamic duo, buddy.
Okay, so before we introduce our guest, I would like to tell the audience a little bit of a backstory here.
Okay.
So I messaged this person 2 weeks ago, and we've been going back and forth because he's a fucking gem. Love this guy. And this is how you know there's something we click for some reason. So I messaged him. I'm like, I told the guy, I'm like, hey buddy, just so you know, you're number one. This was kind of a little preview when we were setting this up. I was like, hey buddy, just so you know, you're a gem, number one, LOL. And the powers that be kind of to message him. He said, I got it, my guy, which is his reply. And then I messaged back to him. I'm like, oh, and another thing, can you stop being such a great guy? Your nicest is too much to handle. Like, you know what? Our guest that's coming up, he's a fucking dick because he's too much of a nice guy, and we need more dicks and mean guys in this space. Like, this guy's way too nice for us. I don't know what it is.
All right, well, I'm going to completely counter you there because we don't need more dicks in this space. There's enough assholes in professional wrestling. We need more gems, more nice people. Positivity. We need positivity brings positivity. Negativity breeds negativity. Yep. We need more positivity in the pro wrestling space en masse. Yeah. All you got to do is go on social media and look at the millions and millions of wrestling fans that are negative. We need more Noah Fosters in the world.
We do, and we need more of our next guest.
Well, go ahead and introduce them. This is another one that you really got the ball rolling on, my guy. So, hot tag over here. You get the honors, my guy. Introduce him.
Our next guest tonight is a fucking stud muffin if I ever found one. He is the promoter of Focus Pro Wrestling. Evan motherfucking Zalios is in the fucking building.
What's up?
Look at this fucking gem.
Look at these guys, huh?
But you're a beaut, eh?
Hey,
Don't let anybody
man,
tell
look,
you. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
I never will, honestly. And if they told me differently, I would not believe them in any way, shape, or
I was
form.
gonna say they're fucking lying, buddy. What's going on, man? Thank you fucking so much to be here.
No, thank you guys so much for having me. I'm really, really fucking stoked. I mean, honestly, for me, any opportunity I get to talk about Focus Pro, talk about indie wrestling, is a great time for me. I love being able to represent what we've got going on here in Boston, and just kind of the talent that's coming out of the Northeast right now. So it's really exciting.
Well, it's an honor and a privilege to have you on. Before we go any further, his nickname is Mr. Reliable, but he's late to the party tonight.
What a
Let's go ahead and bring Walter in here.
You're the worst, Walter. Come on, man.
Yeah, I've been here. It's just having audio issues.
No, it's all good. But to what you said right out the gate, and having an opportunity to talk independent wrestling, that has become our bread and butter here on the Simply Reliable Studios. It's like we can't shy away from talking about the major companies. That's what draws, right? That's what's going to bring your eyes to the product. But I don't feel like there's enough people out there that are talking about the independents, and that's really where we've tried to carve out our niche these last 5 months or so.
Yeah.
We've always been a crew that kind of did watch-alongs. Last year, we dove like head first into the independents and really started covering those because, again, there's not enough eyes on it.
Right.
As an independent promoter, and I'll ask you about this, your thoughts on this analogy. I've always looked at the independents as you look at your favorite minor league sporting team.
Mm-hmm.
This is where you get to see the next fresh up-and-comer before they make it to the majors. So it's like anybody out there that wants to discover who could be the next Will Ospreay, the next Kenny Omega, the next Cody Rhodes, the next Roman Reigns, go to your independents.
Yep.
Because that's where you're going to get to see these people.
Absolutely. And you see it now, right? And I always tell people, my love of indie wrestling is because of the fact that I've been a wrestling fan my whole life, right? It's just what it was. The first show I ever saw was WrestleMania 6, right? With the Hogan and Warrior, right? Because my dad bought a black box when we were kids, and we got the steel cable. So
I had it. We called it for a black box.
All right. I'm like, come and get me Cablevision. You guys don't even exist anymore. So
fuck those guys.
So I've always loved wrestling. My introduction to indie wrestling was just a random show in New Bedford, Massachusetts that I went to because Matt Taven was going to be there.
Nice.
Right.
Okay.
So I was like, wow, all right. Like he's a name. He's somebody that I've, watched on TV, and I know he's a local guy, and you know what the hell? Let me give it a shot. It's a Sunday. I don't have anything else going on. Might as well go.
Yeah.
And I absolutely fell in love with the intimacy of indie wrestling because for the first time as a fan, I wasn't sitting 100, 250 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
I was 10 feet away from the ring. I was actually interacting with people. The crowd in and of itself was way more loud and raucous than I had heard at any other, at any big name wrestling show. So for me, I always, discuss indie wrestling as you catch people on your way up and you catch people on their way down.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, that may have some derogatory thought process behind it, right? Because I don't truly believe that anyone who leaves the major federations and goes and works the indies is on their way down. I mean, look at Matt Cardona, right?
First killed it. Fucking right, he killed it.
Right? Like that fucking guy treats people like shit. Sorry, Matt. I don't know if you're gonna watch this, but you big timed me more than enough times, pal. So
what a dick.
He treats people like shit, and they give him $20 to take a photo, right? And they're like, "Oh, he's so great," and then they go see someone who's like a genuine human being that truly gives a shit about the fans, and they're like, "Oh yeah, but I don't have enough money to buy a T-shirt from you, but can I still get a picture? Because I gave it for $20. I gave Cardona $20, and he was a dick to me." So like you can come across people who are building their own way, that are making their, making their path back to the big leagues.
Mhm.
Or you come across people that are, kind of taking it easy. And I'm like, all right, you know what? I have nothing else to do this Saturday, so I might as well just, I might as well throw myself on a plane that hopefully the promoter pays for and go make a pretty decent payday and sell some merch, and you're good to go. Right.
Right.
And Nick, yeah, I know you're laughing. Listen, I can go, and I'm sorry, guys. I love to fucking talk. I apologize. I'm a sales guy, so this is like my bread and butter here.
I kind of knew where that. I see on social media, so I kind of know what I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
but we're not going to mention it here.
No. Look, I love indie wrestling. I love every single promotion that's out there because everyone's pulling in the same direction. And a couple of months ago, there was that whole like indie wrestling is dead stuff, right? Because some of the promotions in the West Coast were dropping off, and there's just a lot happening to it. And for me, I love seeing it, whether it be at a VFW hall or it be at a Polish Recreation Center, or it be for us. We just ran at this place called the Great American Beer Hall on Sunday, which is a 900-person venue with a mezzanine. Like, it doesn't matter where it is. If you're putting on a show and you're giving people the opportunity to interact, you're giving wrestlers that are up and coming an opportunity to get reps in, then I'm going to support you no matter what. But it's also pro wrestling. So I'm not going to be a wrestler. I'm never going to get in the ring. I've never taken a bump. I'm not a boy. I'm not one of them.
Yeah.
But I love talking shit. And it's one of those things where I'm like, guys, it's fucking wrestling. Like, people take it too seriously. Like, it's literally pro wrestling. We all have day jobs. Like, everyone's doing other stuff for the most part. It's not worth being, so uptight about it, right? Like, have some fun with it. Yeah. So that's truly what it comes down to. And that's why Focus Pro is the way that it is, because I want to have fun, and we want to have fun at Focus Pro. We're not going to have our talent signing contracts that tells them, before they show up, like, oh, make sure you sign this that says that you can't go out of the ring, or you can't talk to the crowd, or if you're going to cut a promo, it has to be approved by either me or somebody else. Or like, it's not. Go have fun. People come up to us all the time. They're like, hey, look, what do you want us to do? And I'm like, oh, go have a good time.
Yeah.
We trust you because you're the professionals.
Yeah.
I'm just here to facilitate. Go put on a show for the folks, right? So it's really important to me. Yeah.
Well, no, we'll get into all that because I mean,
there was so much to unpack in the stuff that you talked
yeah.
about, because some of what you were talking about just harkened me back to my own personal experiences and everything.
Mm-hmm.
The first independent wrestling show I went to was back in either 2003 or 2004. And kind of the same thing, I saw that some of the guys from TNA were going to be there. And I was like, oh, okay, well, let me go check this show out.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it. And then I discovered PWG the following year.
Yeah.
A lot of the same thing. A lot of guys from TNA were going to be there. Like, it was my opportunity to meet AJ Styles. When he still had like the Midwest farmer boy, like combed down hair and everything.
Yeah.
And
vintage AJ. Yeah.
For real. And being front row on the aisle where the wrestlers come right out and have to high five you and everything, and just being so close, you could smell the sweat in the little gymnasium that you're in.
Right.
And you mentioned how these guys have second jobs. Now, there's a few out there that are really good at what they do and make a comfortable living that they don't have to work. But for the most part, all these guys and girls, they've got a 9-to-5, right? A Monday through Friday. And that's one of the things that we like to do here is we like to peel the curtain back just as far as you or our other guests will allow us. to try to show and expose our fans that these are normal, real people.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they're not these superheroes that you see on TV. They're that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But there's this whole other world to them, whether they work in retail or they're paralegals or they're married and have kids or whatever it is, like there's this whole other side. So you talked a little bit about how you got into pro wrestling. If you don't mind, elaborate on that just a little bit more if you can, and then what made you decide to become a pro wrestling promoter?
Sure. So I said big fan my entire life. I was, one of the things I tell everybody is like, look, I was growing up and I was like a shy, awkward, like overweight kid, right? So what did I gravitate to? Horror movies, comic books, and pro wrestling, right? And I have a Superman tattoo and I have an entire sleeve of horror characters, and a lot of stuff just doesn't go away, right? And wrestling is one of those things that I never grew out of. I've been a fan. I used to write a wrestling article for my high school newspaper. Like that's how deep into it I've been, right? As I progressed through my professional career and as I got older, I was a mortgage loan officer for about 10 years. And what I would do is local wrestling events I would sponsor. So it would be like this wrestler sponsored by Evan Zalios, home loan specialist, right? Or this event is brought to you by Evan Zalios from insert mortgage company here, right? I've run businesses in the past. I've always been a go-getter when it comes to stuff. And luckily, through my, sponsorships, I made some connections and I made some friends, and people got to know me, and some people got to know me, and some people didn't want to get to know me. And some people just wanted to take my money and say, go stand over there, and wouldn't even acknowledge me when I would walk into the building. And other people would jump on me as they were making their way down to the ring and make me, pop a disc in my back.
Oh.
Hi, Brian. So it was one of those things where I knew that I always wanted to be involved in some aspect. And it wasn't until my partners at Focus Pro said to me, hey, look, like we have this opportunity. One of our guys is leaving. We have an opportunity for somebody to come through and be a member of not only the team, but be a part of the ownership group. And we need somebody that knows how to run the business. The wrestling side of Focus Pro is the most solid wrestling you're ever going to get. The booking is impeccable. We pull in people that you're never going to see in any other indie in the state of Massachusetts. With that being said, the business side of Focus Pro was not necessarily in its best spot. So after a bunch of conversations and a bunch of back and forth, I was honored to be asked to be a part of the team. And that's kind of where I've found my niche in bringing a level of professionalism to the independent wrestling scene here in Massachusetts that I think has been lacking for a very long time, because I'm not just a guy that has money, right? I'm not just a fan, right? This isn't like, we're not running like tax return shows, right? Where it's like, yeah, we got $5,000, let's put on a wrestling show. Like, like, there's enough of that as it is. We're fine. But I am a businessman, and I understand the way that businesses work. And I understand that the first thing you have to do is take care of your people. And that means that every talent that walks through that door at Focus Pro is paid that night. It means that they get their envelope with their cash and they get their rate, right? People used to say it was, a hot dog and a handshake. In recent years, it's turned into a grilled cheese sandwich and a fist bump, right? Like, it's not something that you want, and it's not, begging for sponsorships and for other people to pay for you to come wrestle, right? That's not how it goes. If you're going to be a business person, you run it like a business. So what did I do? I bought a ring. We're not renting a ring. I'm going to buy a ring. Bought a wrestling ring. Like if you told 12-year-old Evan that he'd own a wrestling ring at 43, he'd probably have his fat ass would have a heart attack on the spot, right? You know, it's one of those things where professionally our setup has changed. It's just you want to look the part, right?
Yeah.
And being from outside of the industry and having partners who are in the industry, we have a really good, you know, dichotomy there of the view from the fan side of things and the outside world, which is me, and then my partners who are more on the inside that are actual talent. So yeah, that's kind of how, you know, a long story not to make it longer, as my dad would say. I got into it, and it's just been the best, probably nearly 2 years of my life has been being a part of Focus Pro.
I think more companies need that approach, if we're being completely honest, and having someone on the inside that is a fan, and then having the people on the inside that are the business. Because I feel like there's too much where it's just business people running things, and they're trying to do things, you know, the way they've been done for years and years and years. And while there are some tried and true methodology there, you also got to change with the times, and you need somebody that's got that finger on the pulse. So like, this is what the fans are responding to.
Right.
Walter, I know you had a question. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm glad he touched on it. What he did before, because that was my first legit question was going to be, how do you apply your experiences as the high level home loan specialist to like the logistical and financial management side of a wrestling promotion?
Yeah. So the home loan specialist side, like the mortgage side of things, really helped me when it came to the experience side, like the fan experience side. Because for me, it's all customer service all the time, right? And without our fans, we are nothing, right? Like if people don't come to our shows, then we don't have a business. But also not just the customer experience for the fans, but also the experience for the talent, right? So in my professional life, doing mortgages, having to deal with people from all walks of life, and regularly having to have conversations with folks that can sometimes be uncomfortable, that can sometimes be unpleasant, but always get us to where we need to be. That's something that I've really brought into the world of indie wrestling and Focus Pro. On the business side of things, as far as the money goes, and like being able to handle all that, and marketing and taking care of stuff and doing all that. I ran a business back in 2012 in Harvard Square here in Cambridge. It was a retail store. We had 7 locations, and I was the director of sales for all of them. So I have a background in being able to make, the right decisions when it comes to what are we going to bring in for product. Not saying that wrestlers are product, but you know what I mean? Like it's that kind of a dichotomy back and forth. So I've been really lucky in my experiences. And like my dad is a Greek immigrant who ran a gas station, right? So all I know is like business and taking, cash from people. So it's been a good transition over for me. And I still work in loans now. I don't do the mortgage stuff anymore, but I am doing business loans, and it's the same mentality where you have to be there and people expect you to take care of them. And that's what I do with my fans and my talent, is I take care of them.
It's funny because you chuckled a little bit when you talked about product and saying wrestlers aren't products, but in a sense they kind of are, because they're trying to sell themselves to the fan. Like the wrestlers that make the most on merch and autographs and photo ops are the ones that know how to sell themselves. So to a degree, they are a product that they're trying to get over out there.
Absolutely, but they're also people.
Right.
And they deserve to be treated as people, and not
as animals.
At the end of the day, they're not irreplaceable parts, right? Yeah. They're people, and they deserve to be treated as such. And I find that is something that has been lacking terribly in the independents for a long time. And that's something that we, I've said it from the start. Focus Pro might be an independent pro wrestling company, but we are, goddamn it, the most professional independent wrestling company out there.
Yeah.
We unfortunately had to have an entire episode of our show the week after WrestleMania devoted to fan etiquette. Because of all the stories that came out WrestleMania week about the way the wrestlers were being treated, whether it was following them into the bathrooms or just invasion of privacy. The guy that tried to grab Elena Black's ass,
That's fucking weird.
We had to have an entire show about that and do the PSA. So trust and believe, we're not those fans. We're the fans that try to be the good fans in professional wrestling.
Absolutely. And it's the bad fans are the ones that give everybody else a bad name, right?
Exactly.
And, I have a lot of friends who are out there for Mania talent and just going out there to watch the show. And it's just like, how hard can it be to just act normal? Like, just act normal. Like, these are normal people. Like, yes, it's exciting. That's somebody you see on TV. And I've run into celebrities. I've done all sorts of stuff. I never freaked out more than when I met Ric Flair. I had a complete and total panic attack. I lost it to the point where he looked at me and he goes, "Hey, easy, big fella. Calm down. I usually only get those reactions from the ladies."
Oh, boy.
That put me at ease, right? So I was like, thanks, Rick. But like, they're your heroes when you're growing up, right?
Yeah.
They're these people you look up to, but they're still fucking people. And I feel like that gets lost a lot. Even by some fans. I mean, like, look, the gimmick is the gimmick, and you can yell and you can scream and you can do all that stuff. And the heels love it because they love getting under people's skin, and the faces love it because they love, being the hero. But at the end of the day, they're still normal people.
Yeah.
So, like, nothing irks me more than when, like, I see somebody getting a little too intense to a wrestler, and, like, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm just like, it's all a show, right? Like,
yeah, and it's funny because, like, in my experience, the heels are the most normal people out of everybody, and they're the best people, like, outside of like, I ran into so many of them that were just, and I'm super respectful. I think in terms of fan etiquette, it just comes to how you were raised. It's like the pleases and the fan, like,
the nicest pro wrestlers are? The nicest
I think
people
that's
in the
what brought a
industry?
lot of people our way.
Right. The nicest people in pro wrestling are
the ones that are douchebags on TV.
Nope. Deathmatch wrestlers. The guys and girls that take light tubes and effing forks and Otis Koger with his damn blade and Matt Tremont with that thing on his head and all that. Like, they are the nicest human beings you will ever meet.
100%. The first time I saw Matt Tremont in person, I was so timid to approach him.
Same. And I was paying the man that night.
Well, part of it for me was because I hadn't really been to a wrestling show in like 3 years. Like, I had been outside of this bubble. I distanced myself from wrestling for almost 10 years.
Oh, wow.
But when I got back into it, I got back like full tilt.
Yeah.
And I had seen GCW. I loved Matt Tremont. I mean, how can you not love a dude that comes out to Journey, right?
Right.
Yeah, right.
So I see him, and I'm just like, excuse me, Mr. Tremont, sir? And come to find out he's a fucking teddy bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, one of the most gentle souls. You mentioned Otis Koger. We bumped into that fool playing slot machines at the hotel in Vegas and had like a 15-minute conversation with him.
Yeah.
What a guy.
The night before his big cage match with Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, to your point, like the death match guys, we had Dr. Redacted on our show for almost 2.5 hours.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. He was good shit, dude.
And that's just because he's a nerd too. And you mentioned Superman, you mentioned Horror Trust. There's a lot of stuff we can sidebar on in a bit.
It all runs together, right? Like, it's like
He's
a Venn diagram. It's like all
100%. And then especially
a Disney nerd. He just kept going.
I know Nick is itching to get some questions in. and I know that you've already got a sin you've got to atone for, in that his girl Kaya had to drop the belt.
Oh, but I'm fucking livid when I found out. Fucking justice for Kaya.
I said, "Come, I'll give you."
I know you did, dude. I know. Listen, for people that don't know, okay. So usually when we do this, I put everybody over, but I'm gonna put you over now and at the end of the show. This fucking guy beside me is an absolute fucking gem. Since day one, he's been nothing but sweet as hell. For the amount of times I've had to bust his balls and the amount of times we've been going back and forth, buddy, listen, real talk, and I'm gonna pump your tires later too. You're a fucking real one. You're a fucking real one. And it's on my. Don't worry, I will see you soon. I promise.
We'll get you there, man. Look,
I promise.
It's just we just keep getting bigger and better, and yes, look, Kaya. I can talk about Kaya for an hour. Okay. She is one of the toughest, smartest, most wrestling savvy, but also like real life savvy people I've ever met, ever. Kaya is a very, very good friend who we talk shit about. I'm like, yo, did you see the Bruins game the other night? And she's like, oh yeah, and like she'll bring up some random stat about some like random ass player on the Bruins, and I'm like, that guy's still on the team. She's like, oh yeah, pal. Like he's got 8 goals in the last 12 games. I'm like, all right, great.
Most of our side conversations with her was about hockey too.
Yeah,
I'm a big hockey guy. He's Canadian, so obviously hockey's in his blood.
The NHL. Before we get to what my question was, the NHL is fucking rigged. There is no way. No, but I'm saying this in a good way. There is no way that after 24 hours of a shitstorm, the Leaf fan base we get the first overall pick. It's fucking rigged.
I don't even want to fucking talk about it. I was listening to it happening on the radio, and it's just I'm like, it's smelly. It's smelly.
I give Kaya
smelly.
I gave Kaya a bunch of ideas of the broom because she has the whole witch thing, and I was like, the broom should be turned to a hockey stick. She freaking cracked up. She loved that idea.
Dude, her gear was Capitals inspired. She was Cap gear. It was
my
kind of
favorite
weird.
Kaya gear is she has the Mandalorian gear, and she knows
the Boba Babe.
Her Mando gear is like my favorite gear that she has.
The Boba Babe.
She makes all of her own stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say she told us she makes her stuff. Yeah,
she's good shit. So
all right, Nick, get to your question. But
exactly.
But you know my sidebar, so try not to get too deep. Okay.
Well, I would like to speak about. We kind of do this to everybody we've gotten on. I want to bring up all your champions. You obviously have Steph DeLander. Yep. Talk to us a little bit about Manny Arias because he went up against JJ's boy, Mr. Frankie Kazarian, this past fighting weekend. And then you had a post game going up against fucking busting the brain.
Yep.
So let's talk about the champions.
Sure.
Talk to us.
You got it. So we'll start with post game because I love those dudes. Vinny and Mike and Hellfire, because I cannot exclude their manager, are just every night they wrestle for us, they steal the show. I have more people talk to me about the tag match. The tag matches blow people away more than anything else that goes on. It is nonstop. It's action. It's spots. It's false finishes. It's everything you want. And I mean, I fucking love tag team wrestling. Growing up, my favorite tag team were the Rockers. And I've just always been a big fan of the tag team aspect. And there's not a ton of high quality tag teams on the indie circuit. Frankly, that's just my opinion of it. At least not on the East, like near us. Right. And I think post games almost run through everybody. Bustin' the Brain. Look, Jordo and Alec. Alec was in the very first main event of the very first independent wrestling show I went to. Alec and Becca wrestled Ted Goods and Little Mean Kathleen. And Alec, this was 4 years ago, maybe 5. And I've seen Alec grow into IWTV champion. I've seen Alec grow into GCW tag champ. I've seen Alec become signed to AEW. And, you know, when he saw me, I hadn't seen him in a while, and he saw me the other day at the show, and he was like, yo, what's up, mortgage guy? And I was like, yo, what's up, champ? Like, we gave each other a big hug.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things where, like, I'm so proud of him, right? And that team is incredible. I also didn't know Jordan Alder was like 6'3", like the man of the giant.
Dude, that guy's fucking tall, eh?
Dude, he's super tall.
We ran into him like 10 times, and we were like, damn, dude.
For a dude that does like flippy shit, he's super tall.
Yeah.
And I said it to him too. I was like, good Lord, man. Like, and because I'm 6'4", and I typically tower over all the talent. And then in comes Jordo, and I'm like, holy fuck. I'm like, all right, that's different. But post game is fantastic. Vinny and Mike and Hellfire, the three of them, they get incredible heat. They know how to work a crowd, but they also back it up in the ring. Just phenomenal. Love those guys. So thankful that they're our tag champs. They represent us incredibly. Nice. I'll bounce over to Steph quickly. I mean, I've talked about Kaya and how Kaya was our inaugural women's champion.
Yep.
Carried the belt for 7-8 months. Kaya is incredible. She's the rock of our women's division. She helped build that whole thing, and she'll be back. You know, it's just one of those things where it feels like for someone who calls herself the conduit of karma wasn't on her side this time. She left her gear at home. She didn't have any of her stuff.
So she did.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was looking at the pictures and I'm like, what the fuck is she wearing?
Yeah, her social media post said that, like, both sets of gear were in her other suitcase.
Yep.
So she had to just make do.
And she went out and she battled, and you know, Steph is fucking Steph DeLander.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
I mean, what is there to say? This woman has reinvented herself multiple times. She has staked her claim as the baddest bitch on the indies, even before she was, you know, all that stuff happened with her and Manson TNA. You know, she got with Cardona and she ran with it and she made it her own. And then just everything she does, she has her own makeup line. She does, like, she wrote a book. Like, it's one of those things where she knows what she's doing. And Steph is a pro, and she's someone that I've been a fan of for years and years and years. And having the opportunity to have her represent Focus Pro is a huge blessing for us. You know, I told her, I said, hey, look, like, you know, you're going to take the belt home with you. Like, do you want to take the belt home with you? Do you want to? It's a big ass belt. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah, it's fucking huge, dude.
It's huge.
Yeah, for some reason they used fucking Brian Bayside as the one to measure the belt up on, and now suddenly it's like. Anyway.
Yeah, bro. Every time I see it, I'm like, this thing's fucking huge.
Yeah, it's massive. It's a big ass belt. But with that being said, I asked her. I said, "Look, do you want to bring this back with you?" And she said, "Oh, abso-fucking-lutely, I want to bring it back with me."
Yeah.
She goes, "I want to show this off." I'm like, fuck yeah. All right. That's great. And then Mani is I can't say enough good things about him. He's a true leader. Mani shows up and helps us set up the ring.
Does he really?
Yeah. He's our champion, and he shows up. He helps. He teaches our next gen kids. So like this, there's a wrestling school that Mani is a teacher at, and his students come and help us out. And Mani's amazing, and he's so good in the ring. He has a great wrestling mind, and he puts it all out there. Mani has a backstory. You guys should have Mani on the show. Honestly, it's not my story to tell.
There's two people. There's two people from your camp that I want to get on. And Mani's one, and JB's another one. But
JB's the man. JB also deathmatch sweetheart. Like, and I can go on and on about JB. We'll touch them. We'll touch
exactly.
Yeah. But it's not Mani's story is not mine to tell, but Mani's story is one of survival and overcoming things that you couldn't even imagine. I'm so proud of that kid. I'm so happy that he represents us how he does. He's destined for great things. He has taken it to Frankie Kazarian. He's taken it to Richard Holiday. He's taken it to Bear Bronson. He's taken it to, any number of folks. And it's just been an incredible experience having Mani as our champ. So, I'll put my guys up against anybody out there, my guys and girls against anybody at any given time.
For sure. He's the one that does music too, right?
Oh yeah. He's got his own podcast. Like, he does video editing. Mani's a jack of all trades, and he's just awesome. Like, I can't say enough about the kid. Like I said, I'm very, very proud of how far he's come and how far he still has to go. It's one of those things where, my light just died. At the end of his match with Frankie, he put his hand out and he said, "Shake my hand, but only if you think I deserve it." And then Frankie got on the mic and put him over for fucking 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So, that gives you an idea as to who he is. So, I'm very, very proud of the folks we have representing our company for sure.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, to piggyback a little bit on the Steph DeLander thing, and maybe you answered it a little bit in your description of her, but I want to get deeper into it, like on a promotional side of things, because what goes into the thought process of making a talent like an SDL your champion? Because I'm sure with her having come from TNA, having been on TV for a while, she probably comes with a heftier price tag than some of the other people. So now you've made her champion. That means you probably got to have her consecutively at all these shows defending the title. So that's going to be a hefty hit in the pocketbook for all these shows. So just from a business standpoint, what goes into making those kind of decisions? Like, is it just, you're going to see the return on the back end long term from her being on your card and bringing that attention in? Just talk to me a bit about that.
Yeah. So I've always been under the I've always run with the thought process of, in order to make money, you got to spend money.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not someone who is going to say, no, that's out of our budget, because it's not. It's really not. And having somebody like Steph, who is, she's certified, right? She has thousands of followers on social media. She's been on TV countless times. She is a pro, and being able to have the opportunity to work with her is massive. I didn't think she'd be taking indie bookings, honestly. And when all that stuff happened, we had already locked Mance down. And knowing that Mance was going to be on the show, I reached out to Steph and I said, "Hey, I would love if you came and worked for us." We went back and forth. I gave her the dates that would work. She put them in. She says, "Yep, absolutely." She goes, "How many you need me for?" And approaching Steph with respect and knowing, like, we gave her own case of water. She had her own case of water that said "For Steph" on it.
Yep, she talked about now people not having water.
Right?
She damn sure did talk about that.
So, treating her with respect and knowing that we're going to get a lot more eyes on our product now that Steph DeLander is our women's champion. All right. It's exciting. And to me, the price tag doesn't matter in the long run, because we'll reap the rewards eventually. And for us, I said this to my partners the other day. We saw this killer ass photo of Steph holding the belt. And I sent it to our group chat and I said, "Did you guys ever fucking imagine that this would be our champion?" And it was like, never in our wildest dreams. Like, when we started this, like, never. We never thought we would get to this stage. Yeah. So, yes, a lot of thought does go into it, because we've planned out our women's division for the rest of the year. Like we know who's coming, who's going, where things are happening, like what's going to be, what, right?
Yeah.
And Steph is an integral part of that, and we're very, very lucky to have her.
Yeah, for sure. She's like you said, coming off of TNA. Listen, let's call a spade a spade. When she came off of TNA, did her dirty.
Yeah,
TNA did her dirty. So the fact that she came off of that and she's starting to do a little bit better and she's taking bookings and stuff, that's massive. That is massive.
Exactly.
So we already touched on it, and I want to bring it around because JB Anderson is a fucking gem and a half.
Yeah.
Love that guy. So you guys had so I would love to know kind of now you guys only have like what's your take on death matches on your cards? Because I know that you had one at All the Small Things with JB and Vixen. Vixen's a fucking holy shit.
Vixen could beat the shit out of all four of us at the same time. That girl she is a force. I love her. She is a force. Plus, she's got that whole Danny DeMonto thing going on.
I have to ask you about that too later because Danny DeMonto and No Holds Barred. That's the first show I saw her on was No Holds Barred 97. Which, by the way, Danny, if you're fucking watching this, you need No Holds Barred 100. Just saying. So my first experience with Vixen was her and Metro Angel at 97.
Angel Metro, yeah.
I was like, holy fuck, she'll kill you. Like I don't want to meet Vixen in a fucking dark alley. She'll kill you.
Okay.
I don't want to meet her in a lit alley.
I'm just gonna say you've already got me excited with this hype about her. Like if she is as good as y'all are talking, I want to see her versus Viperous.
No.
Because Viperous has been like really coming up in the deathmatch scene as of late.
Yes. But JJ, if you have to
trying to kill me.
Guys, no, I'm telling you, if you have to see a death match with Vixen, go watch her and Angel Metro at No Holds Barred 97.
Or you guys could subscribe to IWTV.com and go check out Focus Pro, All the Small Things, which is up there streaming right now.
Yes. Well, it is up there.
I definitely already planned to do that. I have a IWTV login, so I definitely plan to give it a watch.
How do you think we're gonna watch your next shows and do a watch along? We need an IWTV. Come on now.
Exactly.
Right. No.
No.
JB and Vixen went at it, and it was good lord. JB and Vixen went at it, and there was like a cactus in the ring, and like all sorts of wild shit. And I
really,
like, okay. So yeah. Look, my thoughts on deathmatch wrestling. Initially, I didn't get it.
Okay.
Like I got it, but I didn't want it. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
The first death match we had was JB versus Jess Moss about a year and some change ago.
Yeah.
I wasn't into it. I'm like, look, like, no offense, guys. You guys might all fucking love it. You guys don't have to fucking clean it. Like, I'm the one getting in the ring, sweeping and picking up tacks and blood off the floor and all that. Like, that's my job.
Yeah.
But I will say this: JB Anderson has given us so much in the way of, and me personally, has made me feel comfortable and confident that this is something we can grow and we can do it in a sustainable way. That's not going to take away from what we're typically doing, and also add a bit of pizzazz to our show, right? Like bring that. No one in Massachusetts is doing deathmatch wrestling, guys. It's only when NHB shows up, right?
Yeah.
So
or GCW, right?
Or GCW. GCW's never run in the state of Massachusetts.
Really? That's one of the ones they still haven't done?
Nope. Brett, if you ever watch this, bro, call me. All right.
Oh shit.
Clip that.
I might
tag
be
him.
able to help arrange that.
Yeah, we
Clip it,
can probably
tag
help
it,
that.
do whatever you got to do. Get me in front of Brett Lauderdale.
Like, I'm not saying we have connections, but I have spoken to him on a couple of occasions at shows.
Yeah.
So he's at least familiar enough with my face.
Yeah.
He may not remember my name, but he, you know, oh, hey, how's it going?
Right.
I will definitely try to facilitate that because I know they're coming out here the end of June.
Yep. They
I'm a SoCal guy, by the way, so
they put on shows in Connecticut. They put on shows in Vermont. They put on shows in Maine. They haven't put on a show in Massachusetts, and that to me is like blasphemy. So, Brett, baby, I'm here. Focus Pro is at your disposal. You need a ring, we got a ring. You need people, we got people. You need venues, we got fucking venues. Like
that might lead to
the
that might lead to the Vipers versus Nixon. And if you book that shit, let me know. I might sponsor that shit because you guys they know how big of a fan of Vipers I am. I've been trying to get Vipers on here.
For real.
Like if you could connect, if you put, I might sponsor that fucking match.
Right. So, but JB has been the spear. He's been the tip of the spear when it's come to getting to our death match stuff. We relaxed rules is typically what we call it, but it's a death match. There's carpet strips, there's glass occasionally, there's thumbtacks, there's fucking all sorts of crazy shit. Danny DeMonto came out with a pop bat and drilled Brian Bayside in the head the other day.
Yes.
So that's its own story in and of itself. Like, you know, Danny, if you watch this, brother, you came into my house and you took out my guy.
Oh shit.
You don't know where the fuck we're gonna pop up.
Oh,
listen,
I like a good war.
Right.
So we'll see what happens.
I love a good interpromotional war. Like, part of how I got into Juggalo Championship Wrestling was the war they had with GCW last year. So, like,
dude, fucking Juggalo Championship Wrestling, holy shit! Like, good for them. I'm so pumped to see that. Like, I love it. We had Big Al Crowley on one of our shows.
She's such a gem.
She's a sweetheart. She's awesome. We had Big Al, and she's great. Yep. Love her to pieces. Oh yeah, look at that, right? Like, so cool. I love that. And like, oh, I'm sorry, you have Vince Russo fucking run. Like, come on, like,
yeah.
Someone get me Vince's phone number. I want to talk to that guy too. You know, like, it's very cool, and I love what Juggalo Championship Wrestling's doing, and I love how they've really taken off. I'm happy to see it because to me, Juggalo, and I'm an old guy. I'm 43, right? So like, you know what I'm used to seeing? Like Cactus Sack and fucking Terry Bunk and those, you know, big money rustlers and like all that stuff. Like that to me was Juggalo Championship Wrestling was Shaggy and Violent J talking shit over other matches.
Yeah.
And now it's like a thing, and it's really cool. So good for them. So applause to Juggalo Championship Wrestling.
Look, I have never been an ICP guy. I've never gotten it. Like, I always just thought it was weird. But like I said, watching the war that they did with GCW and then getting exposed to Big Al, the Brothers of Funstruction, you know, Too Tough Tony, you know, finding out that an old friend of mine, Willie Mack, is over there.
Yeah.
Like, I just zoned in on this. And dude, like, it was probably one of the most fun shows we went to Mania Week, was getting to see that shit live.
Hell yeah, you don't get it. You should hear how Method Man talks about them for the experience he had.
No, it's a trip. And like, I think what I love the most about the Juggalos, not to get away from Focus Pro, obviously, but it goes back to the old school beginnings in the carnivals.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, pro wrestling started out in the carnivals, in the circuses. You know, who of these locals that are here watching want to take on our strongman?
Right.
You know, and the fact that these are carnies in every sense of the word in these characters.
Yep.
You know, it's just you've got zombies, you've got clowns, you've got Mickey Knuckles.
Dude, I love Mickey and I love the Clowns of Funstruction. Like I love both.
You've
All
got
three of them.
A-Rod, who's a legit American gladiator. Like you've literally got all of these carny type of gimmicks. You've got a girl that calls herself the Ring Rat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How if you know wrestling's
But the
origin,
Juggalo
how can you not
Championship
love that?
Wrestling champion, Cocaine.
Yeah,
Stuff
for
like
real.
that. Like, you know,
We took pictures with that dude too. Yeah, he was fun.
That is a wild.
Oh my
that's
God.
a wild gimmick to have.
Out of context, JJ, somebody clips you saying that. Woo!
Yeah,
Right?
that's a
He
wild.
just said he loves cocaine.
Okay, but with everything else we were just talking about, like, come on.
Yeah. Kind of. I want to ask. There's two questions I want
Bringing
to
it back.
ask.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Nick. Bring it back for us.
I'll bring it back. Two questions. One, is Effie fine? Is Effie fine?
Yes, Effie is not only fine, but Effie is fun. He is a handsome man. I don't care what anybody says. I am straight as an arrow, and I love me some Effie. He is handsome and charming, and he's everything. He's incredible.
I said the same thing.
Look. Take my comment about Tremont and insert for Effie. Anybody who can make Goodbye Yellow Brick Road an entrance theme gets a round of applause for me right off the get.
We're trying to get Effie up here too. Well, I'm trying my damnedest.
Yeah, but the fact that you guys.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say the fact that you guys had Effie this past weekend, like that was a really cool thing to see.
I love him. He's definitely one of those guys that, like, for me, he's another one that has a great wrestling mind. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to promote himself. He's got his hands in 100 different things. And you know, I'm very, very proud to know him and to be able to call him my friend because of the fact that he's not just, he's a, gay wrestling icon. He's a wrestling icon and he's the fucking man. And I want to go like drink Mai Tais with him and like talk shit all day. Like, that's what I feel like that'd be fun. Yeah, he's the best. But yes, I will say that Effie is fine. Yes.
Effie is fine. Okay.
When I met him, this dude had people smacking his ass. Like, literally was letting fans smack his ass, dude. Effie's hilarious. Dude.
Effie's great. And then we'll kind of talk about, we'll kind of shift into like Collapse, which is coming up May 30th.
Yep.
But I want to kind of talk, and I think our fans and people that are watching want to know what goes into booking a card. What goes in for you to book talent? Like, you guys must have your pick of the litter. If you can get Kazarian and Effie and Mance on your card, you're doing something right. So what goes into building your cards? What goes into booking talent? Like, what do you kind of look for?
So,
and if I can just add to that real quick, how frequently do you have to pivot? Because you mentioned having your women's division booked through the end of the year.
Yep.
Obviously, injuries, somebody gets signed, that plays an issue. How frequently do you have to pivot when booking your cards?
So let me start with that, and then I'll work my way back to this question. For the pivoting is the hardest part of the job, and it's one of those things where we may need to pivot day of show. We had a show 2 months ago. Yeah, a couple months ago, we had a show where one of the talent that we booked and paid for a flight for and had all set up decided that they didn't want to come to the show and they wanted to go sign autographs somewhere instead. So that left us completely screwed. Which is unprofessional and uncalled for, but I'm not going to name names, so we'll just leave it at that. And it sucks. And then you've got that day of, or we've had shows before where literally 3 hours before the fucking show starts, hey, my car broke down in Jersey, I can't make it, and I've got 2 other people in my car that are supposed to be wrestling on your show.
The fuck?
all right, let's figure this one out, right? So
Yeah.
we always say, my partners and I always say to each other, any show that's not like that we feel comfortable and confident going into.
Yeah.
And if it's like an hour before the bell and nothing's gone wrong yet, we start getting nervous. We're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, why is this? You know what I mean? And it's funny. So we have our staff. We have our camera guy, Steve, who's amazing. We have our photographers, Katie and Amber, who I, think the world of. And, the kids that I call them the kids, but they're, our ring crew. And they'll come up to me in the middle of the show. They'll be like, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. They're like, all right, because you look like you're not okay. And I'm like, no, this is how I am because I'm nervous because I'm now in charge of everything.
Yeah.
From the minute the doors open until that main event starts, it's all on me.
Yeah.
So I'm a constant ball of stress. And if I'm not stressed out, then I'm like severely concerned that something weird's going to happen. I'm like, I wait for the other shoe to drop. Right.
Yeah. You're there. You're just like, fuck. Hurry up.
And then I'm like, oh my God, are those light tubes? No one okayed light tubes. Like, that's my life. So the pivoting but you just got to run with it. It's indie wrestling, man. Like, there's nothing would make me happier than if tomorrow Monty called me and said, hey man, TNA wants to sign me to a deal.
Oh.
You know how happy I would be for that kid?
Oh, 100%. You'd probably be in tears.
Right. And it would, for me, we're making stars. Like, and you can't get any better than that. And I dad the hell out of everybody. It's just what I do. It's how I've always been. But I'm anywhere from our youngest wrestler is 19 and our oldest is 40-ish, right? On our regular crew.
Yeah. I
dad the hell out of all of them because I'm older than them all. And I'm the one that takes care of them.
Yeah.
So, I would be so proud of my kids if they could take what they're doing here and make a living out of it and apply it on the big stage and live their dreams. Because what I'm doing right now is living my dream.
For sure.
So I would be honored if I got that call tomorrow. It would make me so happy because they deserve it. And then, so my storylines might be fucked up for the next 6 months. Whatever. My champ is now living their best life and is the happiest they've ever been because they put pen to paper on a contract with a major wrestling promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get much better than that.
No, you can't ask for more than that. No.
Right. So it's just you roll with it. And as far as the talent goes and what comes into booking the talent and all that, I am very lucky that my two business partners are wrestlers and they have an eye for stuff and they watch a lot of wrestling. And they can pick out people that may be flying under the radar in order to bring in and see what we can do with them. Our biggest thing in our entire thought process behind booking is we want to bring you people you can't see every weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, you're not going to see the same people that are wrestling on our shows that you're going to see, 2 other times that you can go see them on a Friday night and a Sunday night too. Right.
Yeah.
And they're going to do it 2 weeks later in the same venues with the same people wrestling the same shows. We're going to put on matches you haven't seen before, and we're going to use talent that you can't see anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
We had the fucking Sandman at one of our shows. Are you shitting me? Get the fuck out of here. Who else is going to pull that shit off, right? Do the whole entrance, the whole thing, came the shit out of Diego. It was great. But where are you going to get that experience? What indie wrestling promotion is going to put that experience on, especially in Massachusetts? It's not going to happen.
No.
So, we really want to make it memorable and we want to make it so that not everything bleeds together like they do for some of these other promotions.
Hey, Evan, I might have got you that Viperson Vixen match because Vixen just retweeted me. It was like, I'm ready for round 2, Vipers. Are you down?
Let's go. Tell
You're
Vixen
tagged
I
in
say
it.
hi.
You're tagged in it.
Yeah, very nice. Good. Yeah, tell Vixen I say hi. She's a fucking gem kid.
That's awesome. Well, no, listen, like, you know, you got, speaking a little bit about kind of what you got coming up, you guys have Till I Collapse.
Yeah.
Eminem reference?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, I don't name the shows. In all of my, I think I've probably put in like 30 suggestions for shows, and we've used 2 of them. So, I don't know if it's just because I have a bad taste in music. Like, I don't know. But yeah. Till I Collapse. We do a lot of it's basically stuff that if you were born in like the 80s and grew up in the 90s and early 2000s, it's stuff you like and you listen to, right? Last year I was pushing really hard to name our summer show, like our big summer show in July. I was pushing really hard to name it Thank God Thank God It's Fucking Summer or something like that. It's fucking summer. Oh my God, like something stupid, like from like a Jersey Shore reference. Like it's summer, God, like it's fucking summer. God bless me. Something dumb, and my partner's just like, "The fuck is wrong with you?" We're not doing that. I'm like, okay, sorry guys, I tried.
I'm the pun guy of the group, so you need some names. Just trust me. I'll give you like 1,000 of them right off the top of the head.
The fun guy. So you have one match already announced.
Yep.
And I don't know if you I've never heard of these 2 gentlemen. You got Griffin McCoy versus Leroy Robinson.
Okay, so Griff.
I'm a little familiar with Griffin.
Griffin is Griffin runs out of Catch Point, that school, which is like Drew Gulak is very influential there. Griff just had a kid. Congrats, Griff. Very happy for you, buddy. Yeah, good for you, pal. Griff is awesome. Griff was just on he was just on GCW the other night during that at the ECW arena. He came out with Kerry Morton and like talk shit and blah blah blah, and then got his ass handed to him. That's with his sweet ass mustache.
Okay, so
yeah. So Griff is a phenomenal wrestler, and he gets booed everywhere he goes, and then he shows up at Focus Pro, and the crowd fucking loves him. It's the weirdest thing ever. He doesn't even know how to handle it half the time. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, I don't know how to deal with this. Right? Like he's just like, he's like, it's weird that these people like me. I'm like, it is what it is, Griff. What are you gonna do? We've had, one of my favorite matches we ever put on at Focus was Griffin against Austin Luke before Austin got hurt. And it's just like I'm just like, just go kick each other's heads off. I'm like, okay. That's what they did. It was awesome. It was great. So Griff is taking on Leroy Robinson. Leroy Robinson was trained by Matt Tremont. He's an H2O kid. And unfortunately, since the H2O training center closed down and Matt moved, we definitely take a look. We have a lot of Matt Tremont influence on our cards and in our company. And Matt's kids have always been phenomenal to work with and phenomenal to be with. And we were very, very lucky. Leroy has come on strong the past maybe 2 or 3 months. He's definitely a force to be reckoned with. Also, he has an entire Leroy Jenkins move, which I think is like the greatest thing ever. Just shout out World of Warcraft. So it's pretty fun when he just gears up and screams out Leroy Jenkins and then takes somebody's head off. It's awesome. So it's great. That's going to be a hell of a match. It's going to be a banger. And I personally, on a completely selfish level, I'm excited to see Griff and talk to him about his kid because, like, welcome to fatherhood, pal. That's nice.
Definitely.
Yeah, welcome.
Love seeing my kids grow up, right? And that's what it is. It's like seeing Griffin have a baby. Like, that's one of my kids that's growing up. Like, you know.
So is that the only match that's out there right now? Any chance
Right now,
you want
yeah.
to throw
Do you
another
guys want me to
one out
drop one?
Sure, yeah. Give
Hell
us an
yeah.
exclusive.
I can drop a match we haven't announced yet, and the fans are gonna go crazy about. JB Anderson versus Slade
Ooh.
in a relaxed rules match.
Dude, that's gonna be
that's gonna be terrifying.
So do you need a new broom now after? Because
Bro,
you're gonna be
broom-
cleaning
I'm
a
gonna
lot
need
of
new
shit.
Fucking apron for the ring. Like, I gotta lay down plastics and look like a murder scene.
Yeah.
I'm loving
It's
the
like that
sound
scene
of
in American Psycho where he has like all the plastic laid out and then does the Huey Lewis thing. I'm gonna have to cover the ring in plastic because of how bad these guys are gonna fuck it up. But anywho,
Now with stuff like that, does Boston have or does Massachusetts? Thank you. I'm Canadian. Leave me alone.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. I sound Canadian. I'm from Boston, so go figure.
Listen, you're welcome in Canada. I welcome. You're the king. You might be king of the North, but I can't Canada. You're allowed.
King of the North East Independent Wrestling Scene. That's what I like to run through. Yeah.
So being there in Mass, do you guys have like an athletic commission or anything like that? No. So it's fucking free reign.
So as long as you're not doing anything completely and totally like out of control, you're fine. Like, we're not setting tables on fire. We're not pulling out fire spots. We're not doing anything like that. If you're gonna get the bad attention, like if you want to do something out of control that's gonna pull eyes to you, you got to reap what you sow. And we have phenomenal partners at our venues at Widowmaker Brewing, which is our home venue. Love those guys. Shout out Keith Ryan. Those guys are amazing, and that venue is our home, sweet home. They are okay with us doing everything as long as we talk to them about it. And it's, the biggest thing is we just don't want glass flying everywhere because people have drinks and there's food, and we don't need the particles from the light tubes getting up into the air and then settling and stuff. And it's a brewery, so like dogs walk in at, the next day, and I don't want to stay until 3 o'clock in the morning mopping. So we try and pick our spots.
Yeah, you want to do it responsibly.
Yeah, but we do it responsibly. So, NHB or ICW, but NHB now. They run in Boston proper. They run in Cambridge in Cambridge, Mass, at a place called Sonia, and I've seen some shit at those shows. Like, people go through panes of glass and like all sorts of like insanity. Like that's So luckily, Massachusetts is you don't need a wrestling or manager's license in Massachusetts. You don't need any of that stuff. So we were very, very lucky in the aspect that we don't have to worry about any of it.
What? Why couldn't I have met you last year? I moved from Connecticut to California. Like, damn, I would have rolled.
Come on.
I would have drove my 3 hours up there, man.
Hey, honey, Boston, couple months, letting you know.
July 11th. Look, I'm telling you guys right now, July 11th, Brian Bayside's beach party. That's what we're calling it.
Oh,
all right. It's going to be something. All right. So we've got.
And I
the
was
show
going to
May
suggest
30th.
I was going to suggest a song title for a summer show.
We don't even want a fucking literally. It's just Brian Bayside's Beachside Bash. We're gonna alliterate the hell out of it.
I was gonna say nice alliteration. I'm a big fan of alliteration. These guys though, like I started naming matches bisexual brawl matches. Lesbian lingerie battle royal. Like I got some shit.
It gets fucked up.
So if you're gonna come, July 11th is a good one, and then August 2nd is our next super show. So that'll be a good one as well.
God, I have it's just okay. So kind of let's pull it I like to do this, so let's pull it a little bit away from wrestling because again, we want to know the person behind it, and everybody already knows. Everybody, I mean, like I said, I'm gonna pump your tires after, but everybody knows how much of a gem you are. But talk to us a little bit, kind of about like what you kind of do outside of wrestling and kind of what you do to de-stress. Because it's not easy doing what you're doing. Like running a wrestling promotion, let alone an indie promotion, is not fucking easy. So, like, what do you kind of do outside of it to de-stress and kind of, if you have to pull out, it's lack of a better term, if you got to pull yourself out of that scene, then what do you kind of do to make you?
I mean, look, it's definitely a labor of love, right? That's what wrestling is to me. I'm a dad, and being a dad is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. So being a dad is very important, and that's something that I can, lose myself in, which is awesome. I work a lot. I've been a workhorse my whole life. I work for Forward Financing, which is a tech company that handles small business loans. I work from 9 to 6 Monday through Friday. And it's, I'm in front of a laptop all day long, working and working and working. Yeah, exactly. So, I've got that, but as far as like, I'm just so like, I do my wrestling. I do my work stuff and I do my dad stuff. And then by that time it's time to go to bed. So then by the time it's like I wake up the next day, I'm like, oh, I don't have anything to do. And then the wrestling stuff happens on the weekends. Like that's really it. But I will say this, my business partner at Focus Pro has become my best friend. I love him to death. He is, we're like brothers that we're destined to find each other. And, we talk a lot. We talk a lot. So, it's a good way to decompress is just talk shit about shit. You know what I mean? Like, I guess that's kind of how it is. Like, just like any other, I have like 3 group chats with all that have like 3 or 4 dudes in them. And all we do is talk shit about each other and like make fun of things. And, like, fuck you. Screen caps. Yeah, literally. That's what it is. It's like, make sure you get your whole head in front of the shotgun, please.
That was this
like that, right?
when we were in Vegas. It was like, have I told you today? Fuck you.
Well, fuck you guys. Y'all got to go to
interacting with so many people that every day he was like, fuck you. Especially when we met Nikki XX, he was like, fuck you, Walter. I got the picture of the autograph with her. He was pissed.
Yes. A lot of people that you met that weekend.
To further what Nick was talking about, you mentioned earlier, superheroes and horror movies. You mentioned your Superman tattoo. Is Superman your favorite superhero?
Superman is my favorite superhero because of what Superman stands for. Mm-hmm. I have always believed that if people were nicer and kinder and did the right fucking thing and took care of each other, this world would be a much better place. And that's why I look at people like, oh, Batman. It's all about Batman because he's just a normal guy. Like, motherfucker, Batman's a rich fucking whatever who's got daddy issues. Like, look, it's fine. But like, the thing about Superman that always gets to me is the fact that Superman has all this power. Like, Superman could be a god. He could take over the world. But he chooses to help people instead.
And we've seen when he does do it. We've seen some comics and stuff.
Right.
I gotta ask you this. Has this happened though? Like, okay, I am a Batman head, but as a child, right?
Bro, look, hold on.
But then when I grew up, but
you want to
here's what happened.
Hold on. When I got like Batman, like you've seen this Child of Dreams. Do you remember when this came out?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the manga that came out. Batman in Tokyo. Like, yeah, trust me, bro. I got some shit.
But as an adult and when I grew up, I understood more Joker than anything. I was like, fuck, I think I like Joker more than I like Batman. Like, I understood the Joker part of it.
So,
I just find it hilarious that you brought Batman up and your reasonings and the stuff you were saying. It's like, because that's the exact reason why I like Batman. It's like, because in a world of make-believe, Batman is like the most realistic person there is. You know, he's rich, but anybody can be Batman. He wasn't bitten by a radioactive spider, zapped by gamma rays. He's not an alien from another planet. He's a dude with money for gadgets.
Right.
You know, like you said, he's got parental issues. His parents were killed in front of him when he was a kid. How many people go through that?
Right.
Like everybody, you know, maybe not to that extent, but a lot of people have parental issues. Like he's the most real in a world of make-believe. And I think that's why I always kind of gravitated towards him.
Oh, there you go. See?
And then hold on, that whole wall right there.
I was gonna say, Walter, you're like very shaky with the camera, bro.
I was saying, y'all are
because it's in my hand right now. I'm showing everything. Yeah.
Like I love, like, look, it's just for me, it's that sense of letting go, and like that's why I love horror movies because.
And I was gonna get there next.
Look, they're always gonna end up getting theirs at the end, right? How many horror movies actually end with the bad guy like really winning, and then that's the end of the story, right? But I love being scared. I'm a fucking giant, guys. I'm 6'4", I weigh 260 pounds. Like, not a lot in this world like scares me. You know, and I've worked in some shady places and I've done some shady things, and I don't really get nervous about stuff. But yes, give me Jason Voorhees walking through a fucking subway train and like terrifying people, right? Give me Freddy Krueger, who you can't get away from because everybody has to sleep, right? Give me Michael Myers, who's just this force that doesn't talk and doesn't do anything. Like, these are the things that like I love it, because that stuff, it's like I can't fathom anything like that actually happening, so it allows me to like be a little I mean, you got the Chucky stuff. I've got Freddy on my bicep, right? Over there. I don't know if you guys can see that, right?
Yeah.
I've got Michael up here, right? So it's like I've got Jason and I got the Scream mask back here. Like, I love horror stuff. I go to horror cons and all that stuff. And
Scream 8, whatever the one that just came out, was a piece of shit.
Didn't see it.
You can kind of see it over my shoulder, but I got Robert Englund's autograph right there.
I got a lot of. I have an awesome Robert Englund story. I met him. He signed his book Hollywood Monster, and he drew a caricature of Freddy in it for me. Like, he drew Freddy's face, and he signed it like Sweet Dreams, and then Robert Englund.
That's awesome. My stepfather looks like him, and he wears the red and green
that's
sweater.
terrifying.
But listen. He's a church going. He doesn't know that he's doing it, and me and my wife keep cracking up, and he has no idea why. And we know, Lee. The point is, it's in my office. Damn, honey.
His wife's in the chat busted his balls.
Love that.
Yeah, we go to all the conventions and things, and we grow. We see, wrestling fans are just a bunch of big nerds.
That's it. I tell people this all the time. Like, look, I played football in high school and college. Like I said, like I'm a very big dude that's slightly intimidating, but I'm also like the biggest fucking nerd. Like, I love dragons. Like, you guys want to talk about like Dragonlance and Dungeons and Dragons? Like, I'm in. Like, let's talk about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys want to see my sword collection? I have the Sword of Odin.
You fucking nerd.
Dr. Redacted just talked about Dungeons and Dragons like half the interview did.
Yeah, so like, I'm a fucking nerd, and I'm the first one to admit it, and that's why wrestling and comic books and horror movies and all that, they all go hand in hand, because we're the fucking island of misfit toys, guys. And that's what we are, and that's who gravitates towards that kind of shit. And I'm 100% okay with it, and now that I'm 40-something years old, I do not care. I will talk. I embrace that shit every day.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
We need to embrace the nerddom more, and that's one of the things that I've loved about having people on the show and getting to know them. You know, is just discovering what level of nerddom each of our guests has. Dude, Dr. Redacted finished playing Magic the Gathering before jumping on our interview. Like,
Yep.
you know, you going back to what you were saying earlier about deathmatch wrestlers. Here's this deathmatch wrestler playing Magic the Gathering before he talks wrestling with people. Like, it's just so great.
Which we should, by the way, mention two things. Redacted he won the American Deathmatch Championship
John Wayne Murdoch.
Yeah, at NHB. And in that interview that we had, I don't know if you saw it, we shouted him out because he was supposed to be on one of your shows, but he got hurt. And he even said on that show, he said, I apologize. I would love to come back to Focus Pro. And
he'll be back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was.
And congrats to Dr. and Mrs. Redacted, by the way.
Yes.
Yep.
What the? I was like, whoa.
It's like, bro, you couldn't have done that while we were out there, so we could have gone to the wedding.
Dude, there's nothing that makes me happier, really, than, like, seeing the human side of wrestlers.
Yeah, dude.
Like, Gabby Forza was on our show last month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wasn't she on, what was,
I love that woman.
What was that card? What was that card? That was, fuck, what was it called?
Dude, I can't even fucking remember.
Oh,
we just saw her on HOD or GCW the other day. You might be confusing it with that.
She wrestled Tony Deppen at GCW.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
Gabby wrestled JB Anderson in a death match at Focus Pro. And Bear came with her. And I've known Gabby and Bear since Gabby started wrestling in Massachusetts. And Bear would come with her to her shows. I'll never forget the first time I actually even saw Bear. We passed each other on the way to the bathroom, and he said, "What's up, big man?" And I was like, "Oh," right? Two of the sweetest human beings on the planet. I love knowing them as people and getting to see them outside of the wrestling side of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so yeah, seeing Dr. Redacted get married, seeing Griffin McCoy have a kid, like that kind of stuff makes me so happy because I love knowing the people behind the characters and the people behind the wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's, you know, having it's,
there's another sweetheart.
I tell you, like if you had told me as a kid that my cell phone would have running conversations with Charles Mason and Effie and Mance and Steph and Izzy and Gypsy Mac, and like I would have been like, nope, no fucking chance.
Yeah,
and
you're
now
fucking
suddenly I'm like, oh, like I'm like Effie called me at 8:30 in the morning the other day. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just weird shit. Like it's just I'm like, how did I end up doing this? Like how is this my life?
Dude,
no, I totally feel you, you know, and granted, like we're small change in comparison because we're fans, you know, you're a promoter. Yes, you're a fan, but you're a promoter, so you're inside of the biz. We're still on the outside. But the fact that I'm DMing and having conversations with some of these people, like I've got names that I'm going to be announcing that we've secured interviews with, you know, and like just the fact that we're getting so cozy with some of these people. Like if you had told me 10 years ago that would have happened, well, the conversation I definitely wouldn't have believed you because I was out of wrestling at that point. But if you had told me 15 years ago when I was first starting my channel that I'd be where I am now, I wouldn't have believed you.
Right.
We spent half of Vegas pinching each other like, this is our life. Like, this is like, I'm not going to say who because I don't want to put it out there, but a certain talent gave me her phone number to like directly chat with her. Like, it was crazy. Like, I was like, dude, what the fuck is our life right now? We kept saying that all week.
Vegas was the first time we had met in person. We had only ever known each other behind these walls.
No way. That's wild.
And then here we are in Vegas spending 8-9 days together in an Airbnb going to all these shows, which is another reason this one was saying, fuck you to us. Every chance you can get, you know.
Dude, if I found out,
would have been there.
I was gonna say if I found out that you were in Vegas, Evan, I probably would have snapped. I probably would have lost the shit.
Oh yeah, no. I got texts. I got like 5 or 6 texts. I think Brittany Brooks texted me. like as things were kicking off that
Yeah.
Tuesday night, she was like, "Hey, are you here?" And I'm like, "Nah." I'm like, "Nah, man. Like, I got a job."
Yeah.
Yes,
like,
we
I can't
thank
walk away
you,
from
and
that.
we appreciate
Yeah,
it.
fuck.
So much.
We got 9 to 5s. We can't be out here fucking going
Exactly.
wrestling.
Yeah, she was the one that sent us to Vegas. My wife. That's what she says. Thanks to me all the time.
Yes, your wife did
Lucky.
send you to Vegas.
Yeah, for sure. But no, that's that's the same though. I can't I have relationships with people that if you had told me that I had relationships with them, I would never have believed you. And now I'm like, wow, this is really cool. Like it's fun.
Well, there's 2 questions I'm going to ask because I don't know how much time we have with you. So there's 2 questions I want to ask. First question is to the guys and girls that are going to be on Till I Collapse, and kind of even further than that, what's your message to them? What's your rally cry to them when they come on a show?
Yeah.
Like what could you say to them that'll get them kind of like it's time to fucking go? You know what I mean?
So I always try and give a brief little, 10, 15 second, do my best Paul Heyman, right?
Yeah.
Which is such a fucking inside thing to say, and the fact that the 3 of you guys were like, "Oh yeah, I get that reference."
Every time he asks that question, that's the first thing I think of is that clip of Beyond the Mat where he's given that hype speech before the first ever pay-per-view.
I get up there and I'm like, "You guys see Brian Bayside? You thank him for his sacrifice and being here." I pick on Brian a lot, in case you haven't noticed. I do give that 10, 15 second little pep talk where I'm like, "Hey guys, look, hey guys and gals, whatever crew, we got a hot crowd out there. Go out, have fun, enjoy yourselves. You know what you're doing. We know, we believe in you. Let's go put on a show. Everyone stay safe, and I'll see you guys when you're done." That's it. And I make it a point to greet all my wrestlers when they walk back through that curtain. I will stand back there and gorilla, if you want to call it that. And I will, as everybody walks through the curtain, I reach out. I either give them, I either high five them, or I shake their hands, or I, give them a hug. I ask them if they're okay. Everything good? Everything's great. Awesome. Make sure that they're healthy. And then I go do my next thing. Right? Because a lot of people like to say that they genuinely care, but I really fucking care about my people. Like the fact that they're going out there and busting their asses.
Yeah.
Ultimately, yes, I'm putting money in their pocket, but they're also, what they're doing is putting money back in mine. I want them to be safe. I want them to be happy. I want them to have a good time. And I'm not going to micromanage the shit out of you. You guys are the professionals. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I mean? I can't run the ropes. They've tried to teach me how to, and I'm just I'm like an effing giraffe out there, flopping all over the place. Yeah, exactly.
The shit hurts. Trust me, I've done it.
Yeah, no thank you. I'm good. So I tell them flat out, you guys are go have a good time. They're like, "Is there anything special you want in the match?" I'm like, "No. This is who's going over. You got 12 minutes. Go have fun."
What I want special in the match is that you don't get hurt.
Exactly.
The only request I have, and I do it every show, and we've yet to be able to make it happen, is I really want to see post game do a powerplex, more than anything. I want to see Vinny suplex somebody off the top, and then Mike come crashing down from the top rope and give that little shout out to Power and Glory. I want that so bad, but we haven't been able to figure out how to work it into a show yet. But I'm gonna make it happen at some point.
I can tell that you genuinely care by the way that you just spoke there.
Yep, and you almost got a little choked up.
Yeah, it's a great attribute. Like we said at the outset, we need more people that care in this business. So that's
the other day after the show. So it's funny. So it's I say it all the time that I take a lot of ownership over my people, and I genuinely care. And it's one of those things where, like, Izzy is a 19-year-old kid, and she's part of my women's division, right? I had to make sure her parents were okay with her coming up here by herself, right? She had to fly up from Florida. Like, I had to make sure that was okay. I had to make sure they knew that she was safe. I did, when she first flew up here, I made sure that her number would ring through my phone even if I was asleep, and even if the phone was on silent, because this 18-year-old kid was in a hotel by herself, and if something was to go wrong or if she needed something, I was the only person she knew up here, right?
Right.
And so I post stuff, like I'll go on my Twitter, and she just recently got accepted to college, and I retweet stuff, and I'll retweet it, and all I write is "proud dad," and that's all I do. And I send it out. Do the same thing with Gypsy. I do the same thing with Kaya. I took a photo with Effie at this last show on Sunday, and I tweeted it out the other day, or yesterday maybe, and I literally, all I said was, "Who has more fun than us, huh?" And it's literally like it's me kissing Effie on the cheek while he's doing his thing, right? Like these are my people. Like, yes, they're talent, and they, we have a professional working relationship, but personally, I truly give a shit about everybody that comes through those doors, because I want them to have a good time, and I want them to know that this is what we're all about. This is what makes us fucking different than every other wrestling promotion out there. And it's not just because, we make sure that there's water. It's not just because we make sure that there's, you get drink tickets. And it's not because we make sure you get paid your rate, and I hand you an envelope full of cash at the end of the night, or I might hand it to you at intermission, or I might hand it to you when you first walk in the door. Depends on when the mood fucking strikes me. But I know you're going to put on a show whether you have that money in your pocket or you don't, right? Like, we're not going to Venmo you. I'm not going to fucking send you money like Cash App. Like, nah, that's fine. I'm going to pay for your fucking flights. Do you hear me? I will pay for your goddamn flights. I will pay for your hotel rooms, because you are the talent, and you are putting money in my pocket, and we are the most professional independent wrestling company out there. Therefore,
oh my God! You answered. I swear to God, I was going to ask you. You want to say something that differentiates your promotion over everybody else, and you just went and said it.
Yo, that's not a bad promo, right? For a guy who's never done a promo.
No, fuck that, bro. He just killed it.
It was pretty decent.
Yeah, no, you did all right.
Thank you.
So I have to ask you, because you've mentioned him a couple times now, and me being as old as I am, does Brian Bayside have like a Saved by the Bell style gimmick?
Yes.
Okay. I was going to say,
he's billed from Kelly Kapowski's bedroom.
Okay, because I was going to say, if he doesn't, someone's got to rib him by playing that beep, 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 go Bayside for like his theme song.
It's his thing. Like, it's definitely his thing. He comes out to
the theme song,
Madonna.
Oh.
Somebody should put the beginning alarm clock before it goes into Madonna. The Saved by the Bell, and then go into it.
But no, it's yes, his gimmick is that he has a pink and light blue fucking singlet thing, bodysuit. I don't know what you want to call it, that he wears, and Brian Bayside is the most over person at Focus Pro.
Okay.
I don't know how. I still scratch my head and wonder how, in the name of God, this man has done it, but he does.
You never know what works. You never know what works.
No,
dude, that guy sells more merch than anybody.
I'm gonna have to look into some of that, because I'm a huge Saved by the Bell fan. I'm older than you, just to put things into context.
Okay.
So
fair.
Kelly
Kapowski was my first ever crush growing up.
Listen, Kelly Kapowski's the shit.
It was between her and Donna Martin.
Mine was Lisa Turtle.
Ooh, really? Donna? You were a Donna Martin guy?
Yep.
Oh, man.
I don't know what. Maybe it was just the fact that she kind of dug David and he was the dork.
Yeah, but Tori Spelling was not cute.
She was.
All right, whatever.
Hey, everybody's got their point. I like Lisa.
It's totally fine. At least we see eye to eye on
different strokes, different folks.
Listen, Kelly was a
But
She
yeah,
was
like
a gem kid. She was a gem.
I remember my daughter's mom, my ex now, but like we went to Disneyland at one point and she was wearing a Bayside Tigers shirt.
Yep.
And everybody thought it was like High School Musical Wildcats. And I was just like, oh my God, what's wrong with this generation?
They don't.
How do you not know about Saved by the Bell?
That's right.
Your parents are raising you wrong.
I know. I mean, I'm from the Miss Bliss generation too. That like remembers like.
Yes. Good
Yes.
morning, Miss Bliss.
Yeah.
Yep. Screeching.
Haley
with that.
Mills.
Listen, Kelly Kapowski's great, but nobody can top Topanga. Nobody can top
See,
Topanga.
this is the
Topanga.
ultimate thing here, right? Because I feel like it's a 5-year age gap
Mm-hmm.
where you're either Camp Kelly or you're Camp Topanga. Topanga's Danielle Fisher is gorgeous. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And a wrestling fan, so she's already
And
got
a wrestling
that
fan, so
going
she
for
gets
her.
bonus points.
Yeah.
But like, for me, Boy Meets World wasn't as sentimental as Saved by the Bell was. Like,
Yeah.
I grew up watching Saved by the Bell. Boy Meets World came out after, and I was a little bit older, so it wasn't necessarily like a thing. Whereas I also, because I was, a child of the 80s, have a thing for like girls with big hair that like look like they belong in a Motley Crue concert. And those Kelly Kapowski like modeling photos of her with like in like the jean jacket, like tossing her hair all over the place. Forget it. Done. Like 8-year-old Evan was on the floor. Probably.
Yeah, you and me are the
Doritos,
same.
but
You and me are the same age. We're both 43. So yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't go to school without watching Saved by the Bell before school. Like,
Right.
'cause it always came on right before.
That's right.
See, and Nick is like a decade younger, so like.
No, listen, Saved by the Bell was still the shit. Saved by the Bell, fucking Boy Meets World, like they were like neck and neck, okay?
Then they had Melrose Place, which was the bootleg Beverly Hills Wild too. Basically,
Okay, but nobody
Shue
talks
was on
about the
fucking
height.
Melrose Place. You guys
Yeah.
remember Andrew Shue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nobody talks about the heights anymore.
Listen, how do you talk to an angel?
That's what's up.
All right.
That's like the only thing people remember from that shit.
Yes, because that song was a #1 fucking hit, which is insane to think about. It was like when like the Friends theme song made it to like #5 on the charts. Like what the like really?
Is it 5 claps or 4?
4.
It's 5. Shut up.
Hold on. All right, so we're going into what cartoons were you growing up
Here
with?
we
'Cause
go.
my shit was all right. So my shit was Thundercats when I was young.
Oh, yeah,
I
me
loved
too.
Thundercats and I loved Darkwing Duck. But Darkwing Duck was a little older, but like as a kid, Thundercats was the shit.
So,
Like
Thundercats, G.I. Joe, all the old school Hanna-Barbera like weird ones, like the fucking like the caveman family with like the Triceratops that like shot shit out of its fucking horn.
Yeah.
You guys know what I'm talking about, right? You guys.
Yes.
That definitely like Transformers. Do you guys remember Dino Riders? I was big into Dino Riders.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really like that, like He-Man, like which I can't wait for this new movie. I'm so
new movies.
Masters of the Universe. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm beyond like amped for that. And then I went like, so it was like that, and then of course like I started playing video games. So it was like, oh, and I was like huge into the Ninja Turtles, like that
Me too.
initial Ninja Turtles, like when they first came out, and
I had all the
fan of
figures.
those.
I had
Me
the
too.
band. I had the figures, the ones that swim in the water. I couldn't take a bath without Donatello
Bro,
in there. Like my
I
mom would tell you
had-
some crazy shit.
I had the Cat's Lair from Thundercats, so I had that giant fucking thing, right?
Yep.
I had Castle Grayskull,
Same.
which is like the only thing that I never got my hands on was like the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier, which was like the holy grail item that like nobody could ever like. That thing
You
was
know
like
what?
$300 when we were like 7.
Yeah, when I was a little kid, you know what I had that nobody in my family had? I had the proton packs and the ghost trap from the Ghostbusters. Dude.
Yeah.
And Slimer, when you push on it, Slimer pops up out of it and it lands back in it.
Fucking nerds.
Yeah, we're fucking
Shut
dorks,
up,
dude. Do you
Nick.
guys remember this? Do you guys remember Battle Beasts?
Yes.
Vaguely.
Yes.
So
Vaguely.
there
When
were
I do.
little like animal warriors that had holograms on their chest, and it
Yeah.
was all based upon water, fire, and like wood or earth, right?
Yeah.
And then like it was just absurd. Like it was like there were like rabbits and like boars and all sorts of crazy shit, and they were literally this big, like tiny. And I had probably 1,500 of them. Like, I was just like,
Jeez, I wish I knew. Like, if I knew now, back then I would have saved all those toys. Like, could you imagine if you had that collection? Because I had so much shit. And then, like, you remember, a lot of people think of Care Bears. Do you guys remember gummy bears where they drank potion and started bouncing
here
every
and
time?
there and
Every time I bring that up, nobody remembers. They remember gummy bears.
Adventures
I mean,
that's beyond
Care
compare.
Bear.
We
Yeah,
are the
exactly.
gummy.
Oh,
That was a Disney show.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy, I gotta fucking chirp you every day.
See,
Listen, man.
You're gonna get fucking messages.
I was
You sent
He-Man.
me fucking some gummy berry juice. It's on. I'm like, let's go.
I was He-Man, Voltron, and Ninja Turtles.
Voltron was the shit.
And then,
Voltron was the shit.
Yeah.
See, Voltron was the reason I couldn't get into Power Rangers for a while.
Yeah, because it was a blatant ripoff.
It's the whole fucking.
And
We
then,
can
I got
go down
into-
this. This is a rabbit trail that we can
It
go down
is.
for
It is,
hours.
Nick. So,
Yeah,
so let
like,
us have some fun.
It's funny. So people, do you guys remember? I'm sure you remember, but like all those like the Hunger Game movies when they all came out.
Yeah.
And I remember like being like, this is fucking battle royale. Like that's all this is. I'm like, this is like the Japanese kids having to kill each other in like 6th grade in an island. I'm like, you're literally doing the exact same fucking thing in an island, giving each other weapons, having to kill each other in order to win. Like, it's obnoxious. It kills me. And that's the whole thing with like Voltron and the Power Rangers. Like I couldn't watch Power Rangers growing up because I was like, this is not right.
I was in everything. Fraggle Rock.
Yo, Fraggles. I was down with the Fraggles. Yo, Bobo Fraggle. He's my boy.
I was Team Gobo. My dad loved Wembley because of the Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
But then the Disney afternoon, DuckTales, Rescue Rangers, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, Goof Troop. After Goof Troop, I was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
They started to bring in like Bonkers and Gargoyles and
that was Gargoyles was the shit though. Gargoyles was good.
Like that was like
I just didn't get into it at that point. Yeah. I was at that age where I felt like I was too old.
Oh, Evan,
I was in that in between phase, like I'm too old for Disney cartoons, and then I started to,
and now you're a Disney adult.
And then girls came into your life.
Yeah, then I had a girlfriend with a kid already, and it was like watching Disney with the kid and everything. So I got back into it, and now I'm a full blown Disney adult. Like, I'm going to a convention next weekend, and Jim Cummings is going to be there. Oh. It's like, dude, that's like the voice of my childhood right there.
Right.
Like 10 years for real.
Evan, we're so nerded. We literally do karaoke things that people donate, and none of us can sing. We embarrass ourselves, and some of them are like the '90s cartoons thing. We were just sitting there having so much fun with the tailspin and the.
There you go.
Well, let me talk to you about karaoke. That's like my shit.
We gotta have you on one of them.
I love karaoke. This was probably like almost 20 years ago. There was a bar in Cambridge in Harvard Square called Charlie's Kitchen. It's still there, but every Tuesday night they would do karaoke. But it was like metal karaoke. Like it wasn't like people going up there singing the fucking Pina Colada song or whatever.
No.
It was like me getting up there and singing "Kickstart My Heart" by Motley Crue, and then like somebody else being like, I'll never like one kid was like, "This one goes out to my boy Hoss," and he like points at me. And he sang 18 in Life by fucking Skid Row. Like, that's the kind of shit that we were getting ourselves into.
Oh, we got to invite him to the next karaoke, JJ.
Oh, for sure. We'll do it a few times a year, and we'll just do like a random theme. Like, usually every year before Mania, we'll do wrestling themes.
Yeah.
And then every year at Christmas, we'll do Christmas songs. And then it'll like kind of fluctuate from there. Like we've done 80s, we've done 90s, we've done country, we've done British Invasion,
Have you guys noticed how bad wrestling themes have gotten lately?
Yeah.
Because of the AI.
Thank God for Mikey Ruckus.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking trash. This WWE stuff is fucking hot garbage.
Because they run it through an AI program. We all were convinced of that shit.
Apparently Chat GPT is the fucking booker at WWE. So
here we go. It starts.
No,
Whatever.
Don't
get me started.
Don't get fucking started. Don't get started.
They're gonna come after us and fucking like boot the video watch.
All right, Evan.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, Evan. You get to come to the ring. What's your entrance theme?
And do I have to pick a wrestling theme song or
No,
is it
no,
like
any song.
any theme song whatsoever?
Because you're an independent promoter, you can use whatever.
Which is amazing, right? Because licensing. So I've always in the back of my mind, there's a song. It's gonna be a metal song because I'm a metal guy, right? There's a song by this band called Clawfinger called "Biggest and the Best," and that's the theme song. They say that's the initial. It starts off with the lyrics are they say that nobody's perfect, but I'm pretty fucking close, and then it just kind of goes off from there. That's the song. That's the one.
Okay.
That's a good
Yeah.
choice. Good choice.
Yeah. I'm like a silly metal person that likes like
No, it's all
European power metal and like weird shit. But like, yeah.
Hey, I
Dude,
still
some of that
bump
shit's
Poison
good,
on a regular, so it's all good.
Believe it or not, my wife's a metalhead.
Yeah,
Dude,
man.
some
I can believe
metal
that.
bands nowadays are actually not. Dude, give shit what you want to WWE and their entrance music. Motionless in White is actually pretty fucking good.
Oh no, they're great. I love that band. They're really good.
Like
For sure.
the bangers and they just came out with their new single. I think it's called "Not Afraid" or something.
I just heard it the other day on I listened to Sirius XM
Yeah.
a lot, and I honestly don't listen to Busted Open anymore because it infuriates me beyond all fucking belief.
Oh, dude, I feel like we can go off and like we can spend another 4 hours. You just let it all out, buddy. Just let it fly.
But hey, so they played that Motionless in White song on Octave.
Do you have a
do
you have a couch you want to lay down on? I can pull out a pad and like we can do some therapy, dude.
Listen, I'm one of those people. Listen, my therapist will tell you all about my fucking problem. Fucking pay that fucking dude $100 a week just to listen to me, bitch. Like,
buddy, hey, you don't need to spend. You can come here and bitch all you want.
Bitch all you
Real,
want.
you're always
That's right.
welcome here, bro.
Hell yeah.
Well, we've kept you almost 2 hours now, so I feel like we should start wrapping things up. And I know Nick has a signature question that he always asks.
I got two things.
Oh,
First thing is I'm gonna pump the tires because I have to because you, my good sir, I cannot say enough nice things about you.
Thanks, bro.
The amount of things that we've gone back and forth for a while now, and you've been nothing but amazing. Because you could have ignored, you know what I mean? But the fact that you took your time out to even message me and talk to me that one interaction.
Man, this is all like for me. It's fucking weird, man. Like people like want to take like a picture with me at the fucking show, like I'm Vince McMahon or fucking Tony Khan, and I'm like, I'm a fucking doofus. Like, like, you know what I mean? But like, to me, I'm honored to even be talked to about this stuff. Like, this is like to me, like I just can't even fathom it sometimes. And so like, there's like, why would you fucking big time somebody? It doesn't make any sense.
No,
we're all just fucking people, you know?
Exactly.
And this is why we do what we do.
Yeah, like you could have given your time to anybody else, but the fact that we have talked and me and you have built, whatever friendship you can call it.
Absolutely.
It's honestly, you're part of the reason why I started reaching out, because you were probably one of the first persons that I reached out to.
That's awesome. That means a lot to me.
And ever since then, buddy, You have been nothing but the fucking best.
Dude, nothing makes me happier than when I see like a notification from you pop up, and I'm like, oh, he's fucking saying some shit. I'm like, he's talking some garbage. Like, there's no doubt in my mind.
I will be a champion of you guys along with the other people that I've met, but even you as a person, buddy, you have to understand. Good people attract good people, and you're a fucking good people.
That's awesome.
And the fact. And
I just have to say, and sorry to cut you off, Nick.
Yeah, no.
Like while we're on the air right now, just to kind of show, we have the highest view count we've had for an interview right now.
Yep.
I don't know if you can see it on your screen, but we've got almost 60 people watching us right now.
I kept.
And out of all the interviews that we've done, this is the most that we've gotten on an interview. So,
like I said,
that just goes to kind of echo Nick's statement.
Yeah,
you know? Good people bring good people, and like the vibes are just chill here.
And that's the reason I got quiet on some parts. I was promoting the hell and tagging a lot.
Well, no, because listen, like I said, it's not even the person that you are behind the scenes, and we've had interactions in the DMs. We've talked to each other. You don't get that, and the fact that you've given me that personally, and the fact that you have been the way you are towards me, I will never take it for granted. I tell everybody that when they come on this show, they're family. But I'm gonna be real, buddy. You've been family since the fucking get-go.
Oh man, you're the fucking best. Look, man, the bottom line is this. I have had far too many shitty interactions with fucking promoters of indie wrestling. Everyone, like, we talked about that whole like bringing it back to the Juggalo Championship Wrestling stuff, like the carny aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
The carny aspect can have a negative connotation as well. And that's the whole grilled cheese and a fist bump mentality, right? Where it's like, yeah, hey, thanks. Let me go fucking see how much money we brought in on the house. Or, Ben Bishop does a very, very funny like skit where he acts like he's a promoter, right? And like he does the whole thing. He's like, well, kid, the Fed cut payroll by 50%, so we're gonna have to cut you all down 50% too.
Yeah.
Like, and I get a huge kick out of that shit because I'm like, oh my God, like these are people that I personally I sponsored their promotions. And they wouldn't they don't give you the time of day. They don't want to talk to you. All they want to do is take your money. And that's not okay. Like, we're fucking independent wrestling promoters. Like, who the fuck do we think we are? Like, get over yourself. Like, it's so stupid. So I'm like the most self-deprecating person you guys will ever met. I talk shit about myself regularly, but in this aspect of things, it's like, just be a normal, be a normal fucking person. Just be normal. Treat people kindly. That's all you got to do. And it trickles down from you treat your fans and you treat your wrestlers and you treat your peers and you treat the people around you like they matter. And eventually all that shit just comes back to you.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Nick. I mean, those are the kindest words that anybody has said about me in a very long time. So thank you.
You've got my heart, buddy. You're gonna have to share it with my wife and these guys, but you got my heart, buddy.
That's all right. I'll take it.
It's okay.
Yeah,
We'll book you at Massachusetts General for the surgery to surgically remove the lips from the ass. But
no, that's completely fine. Just make sure we do it on a show weekend so that you can be here to actually watch the show.
But yeah, I mean, to kind of piggyback on what Nick said, and he just kind of reiterated something that I've said to a lot of the talent we've had on the show. It's like, you could be given this time to anybody. Whether it's your job, whether it's to your family, whether it's to somebody higher on the totem pole, whether it's a Sean Ross Sapp, a Denise Salcedo, Chris Van Vliet, whatever. It's like,
motherfucker, those people don't even know I exist, and I'm completely fine.
That's
with that.
the thing.
You know what I mean?
But we had some guys, the guys from Pro Wrestling Symphony on our show.
Great guys. Oh, dude, you would like you.
And
guys.
Sean Ross Sapp had one of them on his thing on Wednesday, and it was like, well, Nick kind of pointed out, well, we had him first.
Yep.
But it's like, you could be giving your time to somebody that you feel is more important, is my point at the end of it all. We are so far down the totem pole So we always appreciate when you or whoever it is comes by and gives us the time of day. You know,
You guys are just like me, and
You
that's
got-
exactly what it is.
You
We're
should-
fans that somehow ended up taking our passion and putting it into something that, you know, whether it be interviews on a YouTube channel or whether it be, you know, streaming live or whether it be doing watch-alongs or in my case, you know, fucking building a ring twice a month. Like, it's that kind of stuff. Is, by the way, building a ring sucks. I recommend no one.
I know. I've done it. I helped.
Yeah.
I know.
No,
I know.
hard pass. Hard pass. I'm like, why am I doing this? Why don't I pay people? Oh my God.
I've never actually built a ring, but I've helped carry some of the hardware in before. So.
It's fucking trash. It showed up. The ring that we use that I own showed up a day early at like 9:30 in the morning in the middle of a rainstorm, and those things have to be shipped freight because they're so big, right? So it's like it's all the pieces, and I had nobody help me unload it, and I didn't know what the hell to do, and I was completely lost because this was literally like, if you had given it to me now, like I would have been able to figure out something. I had no fucking idea what to do. I had to call my business partner. He had to drive down like an hour and a half just to, like, in the middle of traffic, in Boston traffic on like a Thursday.
Dude, Boston
To
traffic
help me like
sucks.
throw it into my garage, like just mess, absolute mess. And then the next day we had to go get the U-Haul, load it back up from the garage, and take it to the show. So, but yeah, man. I mean, it's like, look, I love this, and I love wrestling, and I love being able to give back to wrestling, and I love giving people a platform to show what they can do. And I think it's awesome to be around like-minded people that also just get it and have a good time and don't take themselves too seriously, like you guys don't, and don't have fucking attitudes, which is also something that I find, if you do have an attitude in the independent wrestling world, you're not going to get very far, because it's gonna travel and people are gonna know that you're shitty. And that's just the bottom line.
We try to conduct ourselves professional enough because, you know, you guys are all professionals. So we want to come across as knowing our shit and being kind, courteous, you know, giving the respect and all that stuff. But to your point, we try to not take things too seriously because at the end of the day, we're all nerds.
Right.
You know, so we try to find that balance. And I think we've done a really good job.
Absolutely.
All right, Nick, go
This
ahead
has
and
been
hit him
awesome,
with your
guys.
knockout $1 million
thanks.
question. Go.
Well, I'm gonna change the question up, and Evan will know why I'm probably asking this. So,
Walter's already face palming himself.
Oh no! You two up there won't understand, but I think you will. What is, you know, a long day, you know, you got a show, you're getting a show, you're getting ready, and you need that pre-show meal or that post-show meal.
Yep.
Here's the trick to this. What's your favorite burger spot in Mass, in Boston, in your area? And you know why I'm asking that? Because one of our tweets, he was talking shit about somebody's fucking burger order. That's what I'm saying. You two up there won't understand it. So
Yeah,
what's
I am a cheeseburger aficionado. All right. I was once upon a time, I got to judge the Boston's best burger competition. This is like the year before COVID happened. So I am quite proud of my burgerness. My favorite, so there's two burgers that I will throw out here. There's a place called the Boston Burger Company. They have 3 locations. They've been on diners, drive-ins, and dives. They have like those weird funky burgers. You know, you get fucking mac and cheese on it. All sorts of shit, right? Like whatever, like all the crazy ingredients.
Hey, my wife does shit like that. So hey,
right? Look, they're delicious. They're super good. Don't get me wrong. It's not like they're bad. They're a really good burger. They're the patties are super thick. They're delicious. That's like a good burger to eat. My personal favorite burger is at a restaurant called The Haven in Jamaica Plain in Boston, where it's just called The Haven Burger. It's a Scottish restaurant. They always cook it perfectly medium rare. They have a bacon jam that goes on it that literally tastes like fucking like heaven on earth. And then it's just piece of cheese, tomato slice, a little bit of lettuce.
Nothing else.
Done.
The most consistently delicious burger I've ever eaten in my life.
There you go.
So there it is. Now I'm fucking starving, and now I need to, now I got to go eat because I'm
hungry too, actually.
Salivating over here.
Hey, whenever you are up in Canada in the Toronto, Ontario area.
Oh, I'm coming. There's no doubt. So here's another thing. We really want Focus Pro's championship to be defended in Canada. So if you have any indie wrestling connections up there, then let me know.
I got you. You know I got you.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Evan, for joining us for two.
This was fucking awesome. Those 2 hours went by like.
Now tell some of the talent, so because we tell them we're totally different when we interview. Now they can see from the promoter.
Yeah.
When we have Effie on here, we should just because I'm manifesting. I've been talking to Effie, but he hasn't responded yet. But if we get him, you should just crash the interview. Like, what up, buddy?
That's my handsome man right there.
I'm gonna reach out to Monty, get him on.
Please do.
Because he just liked the last thing I put.
And like I said, his story is one that will completely wreck you. Like it's amazing to hear what he's been through, what he's come through, and where he is now. And I'm so happy and proud of that kid.
Yeah, I'll definitely reach out to him. But you're fucking stuck with us now, buddy.
I'm fine with that. Trust me.
I'm going to pull you out for just a second. I'm going to end the stream, and then we'll bring you back in for some final goodbyes and everything.
You got
Thank you again so much, Evan.
Sounds good, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so just one more time, huge round of applause and thanks to Evan for giving us over 2 hours of his time.
Dude.
Such a cool dude. As you've been calling him all stream, Nick, a gem of a man,
I remember how hard I pushed for this, way back when.
This and the Symphony interview were the two you pushed the most for. And I said it after the Symphony. I'll say it again now. You did a good job, kid.
He's when good people find good people, like I said, good people attract good people. And the fact that it's not even the fact that we get to share this experience with over 60 people. Like you guys said, this is our highest count. The fact that we can share, we can share this with these people, and they got to know. And maybe there's talent. Maybe out of those 53 people are talent. If you are talent, you want to go. You want to go to Focus Pro because if you're in the Boston, Mass area, if you're in the Massachusetts area, it's where you want to be.
100%. Only plug I'm going to do is make sure you guys tune in at 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific. Simply Predicting this evening. I will be announcing the next interview we're going to have on that show. So make sure you all tune in for that. And until then, thank you all for joining us, and we will catch you guys next time.